Virgin Radio. Good morning, Emma Stone. Good morning, Ryan Gosling. How are you both?
Great.
I've got a gift for you both first, if that's all right. I just got to work out which one's which. Emma, that's yours. Ryan, that's yours.
Oh my God.
Do you like? I made you individual mixtapes.
Look at the songs.
Do you like them?
These are so many of my favorite songs.
Oh my
Really?
God.
How did you know that?
What ones particularly?
Well, I mean, you've got Blackbird.
Yeah.
You've got I'm the Best by 2NE1. You've got If You Want to Sing Out, Sing Out.
Do you like that?
Are you kidding me?
Mine's
Cat Stevens is my favorite of all time.
Yes.
coming in real strong with Saoirse Ronan.
Yeah.
What?
Not say or say, as Emma likes to say.
See or
Jesus.
say?
Saoirse.
No, it's Saoirse, like inertia.
Shorge.
Guys, thank you for being here. I'm glad you like the
Amazing.
mixtapes.
Thank you so
I mean,
much.
I'm not expecting you to listen to them.
I mean, should we describe what we're seeing as well?
Yeah.
Which is your face on each other's bodies. So your face is on Ryan's body. It's the La La Land cover.
But on mine, yours is on Emma's body, and it's backwards exorcist style.
I've got an owl head. I can
And
do it
there's
all the way
Pea Soup
around.
just shooting onto your own face.
Listen, thanks for being here. La La Land I got to see for the first time. I've seen it 4 times now, but I saw it 2-3 months ago when Damien
It doesn't
was...
hold up after 5, so stop.
You gotta stop at 5.
How many times have you seen it?
Just stop at 5, trust me.
It's phenomenal. I think it's a masterpiece. I said that to Damien when I was lucky enough to interview him when he was here for London Film Festival. We'll talk about it loads, but I wanted to start, if it's all right, by playing a couple of songs for you. And you mentioned one of the songs that sort of just burned your mouth.
I just burned my... I'm out. I had to tap out.
Okay, so Ryan had to go.
His buds on his tongue from drinking
Ryan's
tea.
in the fetal position on the ground.
He's gone. We're going to play Blackbird by the Beatles, if that's all right.
Okay, I would love that.
Blackbird, Beatles on Virgin Radio. Emma and Ryan are here with you. La La Land. Was there any apprehension in your mind at all when it was kind of given to you and offered to you and suggested to you? You're like that, a musical really? Or was it instantly, yeah, I'm in?
I was apprehensive for a while, I think, because I was in the middle of doing a musical on stage. I was doing cabaret, and I was so sick when I met Damien that my voice was completely shot, and it was just such a struggle to get through the week at that point. So when the idea was a musical, I was like, I don't know how I'm ever going to do something like this again. And then we talked a lot about the script for a while, so I guess I had some apprehension at the beginning.
What about for you, Ryan?
Just working with Emily Sloan again. All that comes
There's a
with
nice way to say that, Karen.
I get that makes it easier in a way, doesn't it? Because you've not got to form a new relationship with a new person. You know each other. There's familiarity there. You kind of know the buttons to push and not push, I guess. So that kind of makes the job easier.
I think you could say that Ryan knows me better than I know myself.
Danger.
He's nodding.
Emily.
You can't
It's a dark,
can't hear it nod.
it's a dark place.
It's a dark, dark land.
You make everything in it look so easy, though. It feels like it's such a natural movement of a film in terms of, kind of how you guys act in the film through the song and dance and through the kind of non-musical elements of it as well. But you had a real intense training period, like 3 months of it. Had you both tapped before, for instance? I mean, I hope you know now that there's a whole new generation of people who are going to take up tap dancing. It's like, I mean, I've found my tap dancing shoes from when I was a kid.
Oh, that's so cute.
So I'm like, I've got to get a new pair the size of my actual feet now that I can wear them. They won't squeeze into those. Was it something you'd done in the past? Did you know how to tap? Because you look like, you like Gene Kelly up there and Debbie Reynolds.
Thanks. That you're being superlative at this point.
I'm being honest. How'd you tapped before?
I tapped a little bit when I was a kid, but just, for, a month or 3 months or something, not extensively at all. Did you tap? Did you tap, Brian?
Every
A little
weekend.
bit when I was a kid. And then, we had great choreographer, Mandy Moore, and we had this 3-month intensive training period. Kind of like, it had like a Fame vibe, don't you think?
Awesome.
I did feel like I was going to live
Emily
forever.
insisted on wearing a sweatband every day, which was weird. But
well, a sweatband and the wrist ones too.
You've got to stop calling her Emily. It's really, really
It's my real
confusing.
name.
Is that what? Can we call you that? Or
Yes,
no?
please. I
Can
want
we?
everyone to
Okay.
call me that.
Okay, Emily, we'll call you
Yes,
that from.
thank you.
Sorry,
Thank you.
Sorry. The piano playing. How good were you? How good were you? Because you had played piano a little bit before.
yeah, I had played some basic chords and whatnot, but never jazz or anything at this level. But the director wanted to shoot all of these things in long single takes, so there was no opportunity to cut in a proper piano player. So it was either learn or break his heart and crash his dreams.
Was
So
it hard?
I just went for, what's that?
Was it hard?
Yes, it was really challenging, but I've always wanted to play, and it's one of the wonderful parts of this job. I mean, to get to sit down for 3 months and work with a great tutor and, finally apply myself.
It's one of my biggest regrets,
Finally.
actually. Being 8 years old and not sticking at piano lessons because my teacher smelled of cat wee. It was kind of like, I just wish I'd really stuck at it. But no, you inspire me. Right, we've been playing. We've had the album, the soundtrack as our album of the week. So we've been playing different tracks from the album of the week. Audition we played earlier on in the week, which I spoke to Justin Hurwitz, who did all the music for the film, and he described how you filmed that scene. With him playing into your ear kind of thing, and
Yeah.
that was done live. That's amazing to know when you watch that as well. Was that a big challenge?
It would have been more challenging to be lip syncing that song.
Would it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it's like a monologue. The only challenging thing was getting over the fact that I had an earwig in, which meant I was the only person that could hear the music, which meant everyone else in the room was just hearing me sing that song a cappella. Which was a nightmare. And to think about that too much, that was the only thing that really bothered me.
I think it's this version of City of Stars where there's like giggles and things with you guys in the version, which I love the fact they've kept that in, because in a lot of instances people would have wanted, I guess, perfection to so to speak. But I love that that's.
Well, they
kept
threw
in.
that out the window as soon as they cast the two of us. They were like, "We're
They
either
realized
gonna
what they
get
had
on
gotten.
board with this idea, or we are going to sink this ship."
Right, here we go. This is City of Stars, Ryan and Emily. And they're
what it
here.
is.
And they're here. There they are. But Ryan can't whistle on demand, he says. And Emily can't whistle. Easy.
Comes out like that.
Oh man, we've got some great questions from our listeners, which I'm going to ask right now.
Gotta warm up.
You won't be aware of the Lurpak man. It's an advert on the TV where a little man made out of butter plays a trombone. That's what you sound like. Oh man. Vince
if you
wants to
only
know,
knew.
would you do La La Land if it went on to be a musical stage show?
What kind of scratch are we talking about? I mean,
Yeah,
we
what's
gotta,
the what
Big
are we
scratch.
looking at?
Yeah, what are we looking
Big
at?
scratch.
Big scratch?
Yeah.
Front scratch or side scratch?
Back scratch.
Wow.
Back scratch is actually, it can be pretty cool. I think I would have too hard a time maintaining my voice 8 times a week. That was my story
Okay,
on
yeah.
Cabaret, and I'm sticking to it. What about you, Ryan?
No, yeah, I'm in. Back scratch, I'm in. You had me at back scratch.
Okay. Had me at back scratch. Great. Marinella, actually, we'll keep that one because that's got to do with something else. But what about other stage work? Claire wants to know theatre work. Is that something that you
So much.
Really?
I want to do that all the time.
Do you?
Oh yeah, it's the best. I love it so much.
Why?
I just love the fact that you have a chance to do it again and again every night. I love the live audience. It's just such an amazing. I love doing theater.
Ryan?
No.
Never.
No, I've never done it, so I would love to.
Is that an exciting proposition though, of doing stuff that you haven't done? Of
Well,
kind of putting
within
yourself-
reason, easy. I do have
limitations.
boundaries.
Good to know.
No, I've always wanted to. I just never have had the opportunity.
Coco wants to know, what was your favourite scene to film in the film?
I like doing the duet on the hill because we rehearsed it for such a long time. It was like 4 months by the time we had done it, we had rehearsed it for about 4 months. So it was so nice, and everyone was jumping up and down and cheering once we finally got it.
You can speak now.
Also,
I like that. I kind of like.
Ryan loved the part where
we were in the opening traffic number,
number.
where we just sat there in the cars and watched everyone dance.
How did
We had a front row seat to The Greatest Show
how did they manage that though?
in LA at that time.
How did he manage to do it? Because I was in LA recently and did a weird kind of little, we were doing sort of touristy stuff, and it was kind of like we went up to Griffiths Park and up to the observatory and stuff, and it's like, oh my God. And I asked the guy, when did they film La La Land here and stuff? And then we were on our way to Anaheim to Disney, and we passed the Century Freeway where it was filmed and stuff. So it was kind of weird. I kind of did my own little weird. I'm not a stalker, okay, I promise. But
Okay, because it's sounding like you're a
Yeah,
stalker.
it's,
At this point, we're going to call somebody.
Oh my God. But you're kind of driving down that road and you go, how on earth did they manage to shut that down and film it? Is it, I mean, how?
It was the Easy Pass ramp, which is, it's kind of like a, like a special ramp that probably drove people crazy for 2 days, but it wasn't a huge section of the freeway.
Yeah.
It was just a ramp. So that was closed down for a Saturday and a Sunday.
Oh, that's all right then.
I didn't know
It's
you
all
were-
right then. It's not a big deal.
It's all right. It's only.
It's hard to hear you be so disparaging of ramps.
I just,
What's your beef with ramps?
listen, I don't like ramps all that much, okay? I prefer a stair.
Amy says, what was the most difficult thing that you both had to do or learn for the role in the movie?
Jazz piano in 3 months. Wow.
Still playing though.
The same songs though.
Just need new material.
I need a little new material.
What about for you?
I mean, singing is always a little bit tricky for me. So I would
Really?
say the singing side. Yeah, I get it's just very nerve-wracking for me.
I heard a story as well that there's a scene in the film where, because it's this really lovely story about people with dreams and aspirations and what they want to do and achieve, and together how they help each other do that. But those knockbacks that you get and people slamming doors in your faces and saying no. And there's a scene where you're auditioning and someone takes a call in the middle of the audition. And am I right in thinking that was actually based on something that happened to you, Ryan?
Yeah.
Shame.
Hmm. It's funny in retrospect though.
It is now, yeah, in your
Yeah.
face.
Hmm.
No name checks for who that person was. No.
In your face, whoever you
You
are.
are secret person.
You know who you are.
But that's kind of what it feels real in that aspect, where that's kind of what people are going through, in that line of work. Do you see that? Do you recognize that?
I related to every single audition in that movie. I mean, I not that those were my direct experiences exactly, but all of those feelings, I think, are any actor that's auditioned for things has had experiences similar to the ones that my character goes through in the movie.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
Don't take no for an answer.
You just don't take no for an
Yeah.
just persevere.
Yeah. I got told I would never be able to go on the radio with an accent like mine's.
Why? Your
Because
accent's
Such a
beautiful.
lovely accent.
In your face, Tom Steele. I'll name check him.
Oh,
Damn. Serving it cold.
Marinella says, will there be another Dead Man's Bones album, Ryan?
Yeah.
Maybe.
All right. Well, whilst we wait, should we play something? Can we play Paper Shins?
It ships, but if
Sorry,
you have paper
ships.
shins,
Sorry, Paper
I'd like
Ships.
to hear that.
I'd love to
Paper
hear that
Shins
too.
is
It's a
my
B-side.
interpretation of Paper Ships. Paper Ships.
Paper
Dead
shins.
Man's Bones.
Paper shins.
PRS is in the
Yes.
post. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you do you miss that? The kind of performing in that side of things.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was fun how it came about because we actually were trying to make a musical, and we wrote all these songs and this play and all of the, and it became clear that it was going to be the most expensive musical of all time,
Yeah.
and no one would give us the money. So we thought, oh well, let's at least record the songs, and then anyway, and that's how we sort of made a record and then became a band.
It's so good.
Have you ever been in a band?
No. But now I want to be in one, so you'll play my song on the radio too.
We're going to play a song that you wanted to hear. We'll play Nirvana after
Great.
this.
Okay.
Virgin Radio.
So La La Land's out in cinemas today for everybody. I mean, we've been playing City of Stars since October. Like, I would say at least once. So don't whistle. Every time I play it, my
Come on.
producer Mick whistles and ruins the end of it.
Come
It's
on,
like,
Mick.
No.
Are you having a laugh?
Good. That was pretty good. It's all right. Have you done accents in a film before? No. Okay.
I'd like to try. Emily's about to do it.
I am about to do it
Give us a.
in a film right now. I'm about to be a British lady.
Is this the one you're doing with Olivia Colman?
Yes.
And the
Mhm,
guy
and
who did
Rachel
The
Weisz.
Lobster?
Mm-hmm.
I love that film.
Yeah, you are Gosling.
Yeah. What's your accent? English.
Yeah, it'll be English.
Have you based on anyone? Have you got an accent muse?
She's going for like a Slough kind of vibe, right?
Wow,
What?
David
No,
Brent.
she's- Yeah.
I'm totally out of the loop on this one. This is right over me. I don't want to share it because
Okay,
then
yeah,
people
yeah,
think
okay.
I'm doing an impression,
Okay.
which I
Good
am.
point. Good point.
But you're gonna have to figure out who.
I'm also excited to see Battle of Sexes, where you play Billie Jean King, reunited with Steve Carell.
Yeah,
That's exciting.
it is exciting. It's a little nerve wracking, but it's exciting. It was it was amazing to make it and to work with Steve. We both have worked with Steve recently, Ryan and I. He's the best.
Yeah, I like.
He's just
I like
the greatest guy.
Ben.
Shifty eyes, though.
Has he?
He is a little shifty.
He's a shifty-eyed drifter.
He was. He was.
Shiftyeyedrifter
Does it like a back
@gmail.com.
scratch?
That's his email address if anyone wants to blow up his inbox.
He was very funny at the Golden Globes. Him.
Oh,
and,
it was
my
so
goodness.
good with
Yeah.
Kristen Wiig.
Yeah.
God, that was my favorite part, that introduction, because it's so true.
Well, wait,
Your
wait, That was your
memories-
favorite part. You want to go to.
Oh, right. No. That was great too. But in terms of an introduction, I mean,
Yeah.
that was pretty incredible. And it's so true. When you think back about the animated films in your childhood, it's devastating to remember
Yeah.
how you felt watching them.
Did you
I was
ever?
inconsolable after Lion King. Inconsolable.
Did you ever watch Watership Down
No.
about the rabbits? Oh
yeah,
man.
yeah, it's brutal.
What?
Oof.
What
Yeah.
happens to the rabbits?
You don't
don't
want
wanna
to
know.
know. Don't tell her.
Scarred for life. Yeah. Okay. You maybe don't watch it. Actually.
Okay, I
Yeah.
won't.
Maybe
won't.
don't watch it. And Ryan, you got loads of exciting stuff coming up as well. Are you back working with Damien as well? If rumours are to be believed.
Yeah,
Go to
Yeah.
the moon.
going to the moon. Yeah, trying to get there.
You've got to go to the Californian Science Center and see the Endeavour.
Yeah, that's so interesting.
It'll put you in
Thank
a
you.
really nice frame of mind before it. Thank you so much for coming in, guys.
Thank you for
Thank
having us.
you
Thanks
for
these.
having us.
I
Thank
hope
you for our mixed
Yeah,
CDs.
these are very confronting CDs.
do you know the weird thing is I do it kind of quite a lot. I did it for Jonah Hill years ago.
You did?
Yeah, and it was weird. I saw him 2 years later randomly at a BAFTA thing, and he went, "Hey, mixtape girl!" And I was like, "Oh my god!" He's like, "I still have it and play it in my car," because I
Aw.
never expect people to actually listen to them. But
I'm going to listen to this.
thank you. I've
Thank you
asked
very
you
much.
Thank
to
you.
pick a track from the soundtrack to Nice Guys. Are we going to get more Nice Guys, by the way?
I don't think so.
Oh, shame.
Yeah,
That
they
was
weren't that
fun.
nice.
Maybe they could do a nice gals.
Nicer.
I'm available.
What have we picked and why? Emily, you picked this one, Emily.
I'm sorry I picked it again.
Don't apologise.
I took over Ryan's
Because
job.
she likes pina coladas.
And getting caught in the rain.
Yeah.
Listen, congratulations on La La Land. It's absolutely wonderful, and a film I think I'm going to be watching for years and years and years to come. It's an absolute classic. Cheers, guys.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thanks for coming in.